Greetings and welcome back to Smartwatch Ticks. We're a YouTube channel on the web at smartwatchticks.com. This is the Fitbit Sense, and we've done several videos on this one already. In fact, the last one, we went into a lot of detail about all of these different apps, the basic layout of the watch, things that you could expect it to do, and things it doesn't quite do. Today, we're going to dive deeper into the phone app that tethers with this watch that gives you the representation of all the data it collects with its sensors in a much more presentable and understandable form than the little bit of info you get on the watch. To check out all of the videos we've done on the Fitbit Sense, we've got a special link for you. It's called tinyurl.com/FitbitReviews. Remember that, head on over there and you can watch all of them from the very beginning. And in case you don't yet have your Fitbit Sense, we've got a special connection for you. We have a link in the show notes that will get you over here to this buying page in Amazon. From Amazon, you can pick it up. When and if I can get special discounts for you, I'll leave them in the show notes. Every now and then there's a coupon that can come up. You can apply for a discount price. But even in the event that's not available, we really appreciate it if you use our link, because that gives us credit for you purchasing this watch because you've seen the videos here on this channel. And of course, that helps me get more watches for you as well. All right, in addition to that, I think you've probably noticed already that this is a special band and not the stock band that came on the watch. Well, that's because we've got a connection together with a band company called called Straps Co. They are smart, and they are producing a whole bunch of different bands for different watches, and especially for the Fitbit Sense. See how easy that was to take off? Oops, put me into a different mode here. Yeah, they've got everything you want in a bunch of different styles, and of course, we've got links to these guys as well, including this fun one that you can just snap it into its own little case if you want to, and walk around this way. Straps Co. with a variety of different straps. And, yep, gotta tell you about them. If you want to pick one of these puppies up, you can get 10% off with a coupon that I got for you, Mr. Ticks 10, okay? tinyurl.com/strapsco, and you can get it. All right, we're done with all of that stuff. It's kind of ads, but it's all focused toward exactly what you're looking at, and not some beer commercial or something. Although I wouldn't mind doing that. Pick up a band, pick up the watch, and then you're ready for what we're about to show you. This is the Fitbit app on the phone. In an earlier review, we showed you exactly how to set this thing up, but I didn't have any data to show you on the actual app itself. Well, that has totally changed because I got a bunch of data, and we're going to walk through it today so you get a feel for what you can get. And most importantly, some of you guys will be at a decision point on this, whether or not what you get for free is good enough, or whether or not you need to subscribe to their premium service at $10 a month to get additional data, or at least additional looks at your own data. It's all your data, but it's just the way it's presented on the app. I have not signed up for it. It's New Year's Eve. Happy New Year's, everybody, when I'm filming this. And tomorrow, I'm going to sign up for the premium. So what you're going to see right now, today, is a look at a lot of data that you get right out of the box. Now, when you buy the watch, you're going to get access to 6 months of free premium with all of the videos and all of the ways the data is shown. So take that into consideration. But I want you guys to see now, and in a future video, we'll show you what the premium gives you as an enhancement and whether or not you're going to go beyond the 6 months. But I'll tell you, starting January 1st, in 6 months, folks, we're going to have this virus behind us. Think about it. We're all going to be vaccinated, those that want to. Some herd mentality or herd immunity or something. Anyway, Look at 6 months from now, this being a totally different world. Really, really hope we're there. And of course, your data will help support all of that too. Okay, on the opening page, it tells you we're here for you. This is a little thing they push every now and then you can put away. But again, they're talking and encouraging you to unlock workout videos, nutrition programs, guided meditation, all of that stuff that's in the premium package. We'll put that away. We're on today. I haven't done much. It's early morning. I got 1 zone minute. I got some steps, floors, miles, and calories. So this is an overview right at the top of your activity. You get into here and it shows you basically the same kind. You're getting credit for a fat burn zone of your heart rate and 2 times credit when you go into the cardio and peak. And those zones are all figured out based on your gender and age and weight probably and a bunch of other stuff. For me, these are the different categories here. So when my heart rate gets above 97 or above 115, I'm earning my points. And I'm really close to my weekly total, and it's only Thursday, which is awesome. Over on the week tab, you can see how you've done in your zone minutes across the different days over the past week and some totals. So I'm going to go through it quickly and not talk a lot so we can just get a feel for it. I think you can figure most of it out. Under stress management, I got these kind of scores. It asks you how you're feeling. You can do some quick stress testing. Initially, I was putting in these little icons to explain how I was feeling at different times. They're called reflections. These are the actual stress management scores. Here's one with some interesting stuff. I was calm and stressed, and total breakdown is here. And you see the full breakdown? If I say see the details, now we come into something that's premium. So I don't get this level, but up to this level, I get my basic total score on a daily basis. And that may be enough to kind of track and see how we're doing. I'm running in the 70s to 86. That was one of my best scores there. I could log a reflection and say that I was very calm, but I don't know if I was calm. I don't know. It's best to do it on that day at that time and then see how your score comes up and matches with it. So that's under the stress management tab. Last night's sleep time and the previous night's and an overall sleep score. It tells you what it is and why it matters, and then check this out. There's the bar graph. You have all of the different days, and it shows you a quick synopsis of what happened and how your sleep was during that night. When you went to bed, when you woke up, and your total time with your score, and whether it's fair or good or whatever. Last night, let's take this for an example. Here I go. I got a fair score. I went to bed at 10:08, got up at 5:48 this morning. These are the zones that I was sleeping in. This is my estimated oxygen variation. Okay, that's all with this band and device monitoring all of that. It uses green diodes and special red diodes and infrared diodes on the back to get your blood oxygen type information. And so it's showing me a graph more or less of my estimated oxygen variation and a little bit more. Now, while we're on this, I want to mention that in addition to the Fitbit Sense, we have reviews up and information on this little puppy. This is called an Aura Ring, and it does something similar. And just recently, I put up another review on a mat. I don't have it here to show you because it's under my bed. It's actually a mat that you slide under your bed at about shoulder level, and it ties in with Wi-Fi and will monitor your sleep information and a whole bunch of other stuff. So I want to compare the scores. Take one more look at this. Look at the layout of the awake times, the REM times, the light sleep, and the deep sleep. You got that memorized? Good. Because I'm going to switch over and show you the ring. Here's the kind of data you get on the ring, which includes your sleep time, time in bed, your resting heart rate, another sleep score, all of these different categories, including things like efficiency, restfulness. This is a $300 ring, though, guys. Well, $250. Whereas this is what? Well, okay, about $280. Okay. But you're not going to get all of your fitness stuff, of course, on the ring. But boy, talk about stuff that you get for your sleep information. 10:05 to 5:50, very similar, showing you this kind of a chart. You might want to flip back and forth and compare the two. This also shows movement in bed. When I was getting up and moving around or rolling over, kind of a restless night all in all. You get your resting heart rate in here, and you get your overall average heart rate as well. So that comes from the ring. I'll get back to the watches. Some of you guys are interested in all the different kind of stuff you can get. Let's scroll that down to here and take a look. There's that chart. There's the one we just did on the watch. The ring, the watch. The ring, the watch. Okay, but wait, there's more. Here we go. This is the mat. The mat's a whole other thing. Again, you're not touching it at all. I don't know how. It's really magic. It's under between your beds, your mattress and your box springs if you sleep in a bed like that. 10:19 to 5:50, similar. You see the dark area here that I was restless a bit before actually falling asleep, so it didn't count that. It started me at 10:19. I got a sleep score of 88 out of these guys, saying it was a restful night. Here's my breakdown on that, and each of these you can go into and go deeper. Now, a fun thing about this is got a microphone in it as well. So in addition to getting your heart rate, remember I'm not touching it. It's figuring out my heart rate somehow. I don't know. Really fun, though. It also monitors breathing disturbances, and it's moderate typically with me. And as you saw from our other review, you see my blood oxygen total up there, 96, with a range of 94 to 98. That's overnight. And it really should be up there 98, 99 if you don't have breathing disturbances. If you do, and that number gets lower, you got an issue, folks, and you really should seek some help for that. The microphone will actually let you know when you were snoring, and you can tap on it. Midnight 02 to midnight 20 for about 18 minutes, I had a wonderful snoring cycle. Sorry about the reflections if I'm not looking right at the camera. What about other nights? Well, you can go back and get all of this stuff for previous nights too. You see my snoring's improved. Only 28 minutes last night. An hour and 42 minutes, hour and 11 minutes. Yeah. So the Withings, I believe it is, sleeping mat gives you stratification of information and some new stuff. With this one, you get snoring and breathing disturbances. With the ring, you get all kinds of additional things with your heart rate chart and stuff I'm not even showing you, like your overall temperature deviation, which also you get from this thing too. Those are both in the ring and in the band or the watch itself. And of course, here we get all of this stuff. You've also got 30-day. Now we are back on the app for the watch. You get a 30-day average and you get benchmark. Now, benchmark is the ranges for men in your age, all right? And so this is what I should be seeing and versus what I'm actually seeing. And only after you get enough data, and I still don't even have 30 days yet on here, to get a good solid average, but it's starting to get there. This is more or less overall how my sleep breaks down, and this is more or less where I should be. So I'm way low on the awake, which I like, a little bit into the REM, but I'm in the hash zone. Light sleep is high, and I'm just barely making deep sleep. But so for my age, I'm pretty close to being where I should be. And again, now we're in the tab of the benchmark, and here's my oxygen variation and such. Yeah. All right, let's move on. That was all the information, and here's previous. By the way, it'll log a nap. Here's a 59-minute nap at 4:30 till 5:30, roughly. followed by a really poor sleep. Don't nap before you sleep is the lesson on that one. But it does all of that stuff. And that is just the second tab. Grab your popcorn, there's more. Now, mindfulness. Mr. Tix isn't a big mindful guy. In fact, Mrs. Tix says I'm pretty mindless sometimes. So I'm working on filling my mind with more than all the stuff I keep forgetting. These are mindful sessions that I've done. Here's my journey. These are my data. I just did a quick scan this morning. You remember that, right? On the watch, when you go over here, you tap that thing and you cover the watch. By the way, with this case, it doesn't really work because you need to touch the electrodes. So the case is nice for carrying it around. That's why it's so easy to pop out and put back into regular bands and stuff for doing that. StrapsCo, right? tinyurl.com/StrapsCo. Mr. Tix 10 is your discount code. And yeah, just it's so easy to change, so keep that in mind. I did the quick scan. I've done a couple of guided breathing sessions. I haven't really talked about that app. I showed it to you, but it's pretty interesting. Real quick, deviation. When you start it, it pays attention to your breathing rate. So if you've just been working out and you're breathing really fast, when it kicks in, it's going to have a inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. It's going to start where you're at and try to bring you down. It doesn't start out with a really long inhale, exhale when you're breathing fast. So nice implementation that it's dynamic. It matches up with where you're at for your guided breathing. And if you're already relaxed, it'll take you even deeper. As you can see, I didn't really know what the heck I was doing to begin with, and then I got better. Your heart rate goes down. Maybe the other way around. Anyway, the intent is to help relax, and it does it. You got more quick scans, couple of them on a day before. Anyway, they're all there. It tracks all of that stuff, and you have these different videos that you can watch. Now, pay attention as we go through, because some of these are free and some of them are premium. You have over 90 different sessions that you can get into if you sign up for the 6-month free trial of the premium. So that'll be something coming up later. We may take a look at some of those titles as we get there. But for free, you have a selection of a few things to get you started in the practice of breathing, basically. You can see all, you can go deeper. And this is a calendar showing you when you did these things. This is today, and it's by week across here. Kind of a matrix look of it. Then you get into your exercises. All right. Whew. Here we go. This is 2 of 5 days. You get a full map of where you went and what you did. You've got all of the different things, the distance, your pace, if you're doing a walk. When I'm doing a workout, it's not on a GPS map. And so it's going to give you just basically your time and heart rate. And I really, really like this because this is when I'm out working in the yard, and I do get aerobic out there, and it's showing me my heart rate during the whole time, the number of zone minutes I've earned through cardio and through fat burn. And remember, I have my own thresholds that I cross over into that, and the minutes that I'm in those different zones. It also shows your overall energy. Oh, I guess I can just slide it too. And your impact, and that's all listed here as well. For a run or a walk, I can go into here. I get the graph of where I'm at. I have heart zones against the graph that shows me below, fat burn, cardio, and peak. I have my pace in low, high, and average. Really bunch of information. This was not very long, only a mile and a little bit, but it will give you each mile. Oops, sorry, I changed the brightness there. This is a fun one. I'm sure you guys know about that app. It's actually an app I put on all my Android watches, and it'll go on your phones too. It's called Display Brightness, and it's not in the Google Play Store. But if you're really good, I might tell you where you can get it. Yeah, it's fun. I mean, you can take it way down at night to below the lowest you can dim your phone. And of course, 100% if you want to. It's so hard for me to stay on subject, guys. I'm so sorry. Heart rate. We're on this 1 minute long walk, right? Here we go. 3 minutes we're in fat burn. 35 minutes we're below zone. All right, it was a stroll. It was a stroll. Mrs. Tix and I were strolling. But I do get out and walk. I do. And New Year's resolution, a lot more of that. Here's my, obviously I didn't get very high in my heart rate, but here's the that. All of that stuff's there. Here's the energy, and here's the impact on my day, and here's my past walks that I've done, and showing you. There's a serious one that was a nice one right there. So all these tabs are available as well. You have many, many, many more in your exercise section. And wait a minute, what's that? Exercises. There's other dots. Aha! Aha! Look at that. You get more graphs. Distances, exercise. By the way, I don't know if you can hear it or not in the background. I live up in a rainforest, and it gets overgrown, and so there's people out just starting to chainsaw the trees. So I'm sorry for that. The insulated studio here isn't up to par. Okay, we got that. Mindfulness exercise. Here we go, the temperature thing. This is pretty cool. Here's your skin temperature graph that's showing you your deviation from your basal temperature, which is supposedly your core temperature. So this is skin temperature, and it's in a range above or below. Here's where you'll be able to tell if it looks like you might be catching the flu, the virus, a cold, just worn out and need to recover based on what your overall skin temperature looks like. Here's today. I was a little high, low, all of this stuff. Now, it doesn't compute your actual temperature. You have to enter that yourself. And I put one in. I haven't really been doing this. I think it was 97 degrees or so. But this is just kind of tracking for your own use what your temperature is, so you can, with the thermometer, tell whether or not you're going up or down. This is actually throughout the night monitoring your temperature deviation. So let's pick one, minus 0.5. Here's the skin temperature, and look, in the premium, you can see how your temperature varies when you sleep. So once you sign up, theoretically, we will see more throughout the night rather than just your average over the whole night. And more explanation of what it is and how it works and such. And that, folks, is skin temperature. Health metrics. Here we go. Now we get into some really neat data. Here's your breathing rate. The recent breathing, 15 breaths per minute is my average. The graph is there. Can't go any more. But with premium, I get insight with a 30-day view. Heart rate variability. You've heard all about that. HRV is the distance between, I'll talk about it in a minute when I got a chart to show you. Distance between your heart rate peaks. And this is 39 milliseconds, and it shows you your nightly average. And I could say learn more, and it gives you a breakdown of what it is and why it matters, and not intended for medical purposes. But you can see my HRV has been changing, skin temperature, oxygen saturation. Thank goodness I got a bunch of days of data for you now. Resting heart rate. Look, it kind of oscillates around 61 beats per minute for my resting heart rate. And my breathing rate is about 15 breaths per minute. Once you get enough data and you've established your baseline, then when things happen, you can see how you are shifting. Here's my actual heart rate going on right now. Woo, woo, woo. Okay. Here's today and my previous days. Resting heart rate. Here's a day that I did a good workout, and shows you all of that information as well. Anything else on this? Not really. That's your heart rate. Here we go. This is fun. It triggers you 10 minutes before the top of the hour, the way I have it set up, which is default, to walk at least 250 steps. So I'll get this notice, it vibrates, it says, you have 17 steps left in this hour. Please walk. I'll get up from the computer and I'll walk. And then it gives me an award for getting my 250 steps and so forth. I only got 3 yesterday, did 7 of 9 on Tuesday. I really made an effort, to try to make it work, and every hour was getting up and doing it. It's a nice little motivator, and here's a bar graph that shows a 30-day average of how well that's working, and I don't think any of this has to do with premium. It's just a fun little thing to make sure you at least get up and move every hour, and I like it. It works for me. My fertile window. Folks, this also works for the ladies, and ladies have a cycle, and this can track that. And so if you're married or have a girlfriend or partner, or if you're a lady watching this has some really good detailed information for your cycle. And when you put that in on a regular basis, you can actually calculate some trends for that as well. But for us guys, it's pretty much not used unless you have a partner and you want to track your partners for her. And you can do that, even though you're registered as a male. You can do it for a female if you want to. So that's a bunch of stuff here. You can edit here. You can move these around or delete them any which way you want to. You can probably add some if you want to, and the core today information is all here. When you hit Discover now, we're going to go deeper. You get these different movies that are going to play. You get Premium is what it says whenever it's something you have to buy. You can get an intro and start it. Oop, there's a problem communicating with the server. Here we go. Healthy habits. You get started and you go. So all of this will begin when I do the premium. That's one that you could do for free just to test it all out. But it really looks like what you're buying in the premium is a little bit deeper stratification of some of your data and access to all kinds of featured videos, like a lot of different programs that you have access to already on YouTube or through other sources. But this is Fitbit's take on it. You have all of this stuff in mindfulness and so forth. Then you get down here. This is where it starts to really count now. Beyond just your daily data, you can get more data. First of all, there's health coaching, and you can begin with that and set up a personal coach if you want to, if you're really serious about this. Your guided programs are all in here. Favorites, at-home training, eating healthy, sleeping better, moving more. Look at that, all of these. How long they are, which ones are premium, which ones are free. Okay, and you can test out those on your own. Challenges and adventures is another area you can go into if you really like to, if you find yourself motivated by, having challenges in your life. And now, this is a tab I want to get us to, assessment and reports. Here we go into wellness, heart rhythm, and the COVID study. When you go into wellness reports, guess what? To get these reports, you got to be on premium. And so we'll look over a bunch of my reports once I sign up for premium, which will be tomorrow, but I'll be doing a future video showing you all that. So have you subscribed yet? Make sure you subscribe and hit that little bell, and you'll be notified when these things come up, too. I do a lot of different reviews, so the Fitbit ones will be interspersed with other ones on Android watches and different kinds of health bands and fitness bands. This is the heart rhythm assessment now is the ECG thing. If you recall, in the other video, we got in here and we do an ECG. And you tap that and it says hold the corners of the watch, and in 30 seconds you'll see a little kind of a chart on the watch go by. After 30 seconds it'll tell you whether you have normal heart rhythm or there's abnormal rhythm, and that's about it. But in the meantime, it's saving that data and it transfers it over here to the app, and when you say view results, you get this page which shows you your outcomes. The day it was taken and the time, and what it is, normal sinus rhythm. And here we go. I got in here and it says, okay, I had 68 beats per minute average, normal sinus rhythm, but no chart to see. What you can do, though, is export a PDF of your actual chart. It says for your doctor, but you can use it for your own purposes or whatever. And now, guys, you get back to paper like Uncle Tix did. Print it out. Let me show you what a typical one looks like. So here's mine, and I just replaced the name section with what would be your registered Fitbit name and the information about you, your age and weight and all those kind of things. And it tells you when it was recorded, normal sinus rhythm or not, and it shows you the chart over the 30 seconds with each second identified, and basically your ECG chart in a format that a doctor could take a look at. Now, while we're here, I want to mention that heart rate variability because you can kind of see it happening, especially in this line. See how close these two peaks are and how far apart they are here? And see how some of them are more regular? That would be a low heart rate variability. This would be a high heart rate variability. And ideally, lower stressed people have a higher rate of variability. There's more space between the beats. It's like a drummer who just can't get it right. This would be like regular. So that's an aspect of all of this that's taken into consideration in a whole different way, but the ECG chart is something that a doctor could look at to see what your irregular heart rhythm might mean in terms of atrial fibrillation or other causes. Again, it's not for you to medically self-diagnose or to either go to the doctor or not go to the doctor. It's just an amplification for what you feel are possible symptoms that you're feeling on your own. Don't rely on any of these things, for self-diagnosis for sure. Here's how it works. Here's the purpose and performance. And yeah, you get a PDF of this. Archive them, on your phone or print them out like I do and email them if necessary to your doctor. But this is where you find it. And it gives you a couple of more things about how to take them and possible results that you might see. And when you say view past results, that's where you get into each of these to be able to export them. And it kind of just loops you back through that. I don't have an irregular one to show you what it would look like, thank goodness. So far everything's been fine. And that is in the view results part of the heart rhythm assessment of the assessments report in the Discovery tab. Not easy to find, but now you know where to get to it. The last thing is that Fitbit COVID-19 study. We mentioned this in one of the earlier videos. You get started and you're going to fill out a basic questionnaire for them. And take a survey, basically. And when you do that, your voluntary participation goes into a big data collection that they can use to help us deal with COVID-19. So if you choose to be a contributor to all of that, that's voluntary. It's in the app, and you can do that. I'm not even sure if you need to have a device and be hooked up to it. I think you do. I don't think you can get to this level without first signing in with a watch. But if you can, you may be able to just participate in that study on your own without even having one yet. That was assessment and reports in Discovery. Then we have our workouts. And this again are videos that you can watch. If it says premium, I'm sure that means premium. They've got some stars by these things. I guess you can make them favorites. And they just cover all different kinds of topics, all different types of people. So if you gravitate to one topic, if certain instructors appeal to you, you've got all of that stuff available for you right here. So quick kickboxing, hit play, and that's a premium that I got to sign up for. And you're going to get 6 months for free when you buy the Sense Fitbit watch. Okay. Beyond workouts is mindfulness, another category filled with videos. And we'll look at those a little bit more in depth when we go into the premium, because I can't get into any of them now. And then your health and fitness stats. Okay, these have all different ones have been added. So I go in here and it talks about this. It's only available for Fitbit devices with EDA sensors. I say open, and there I am, back at the tab that I got to from the very beginning on that first tab, remember? But this is all broken up into these little chiclets. So you, depending on where you want to go, what you want to do, this might be the good place to start, because you can go in here and go directly to each of these things. The wellness reports. Want you to try premium again. That's where we get our full detailed reports. Mindfulness, sleep, all of that stuff. Sleep, open, and there's our sleep reports that we've already seen. So just another way to get to the data in the health and fitness, and that is everything in the Discover tab. Community, this is where you can sign in and connect with different friends, either your friends or just general communities around running or cardio or eating or sleeping. All of these different groups can be a buddy system to inspire you. When you have friends, wow, I got 28,000 friends. That's awesome. And when you have groups, you have access to all of these things here too. A special tab for premium. So once you sign up, and again, it's going to be $10 a month after your free 6-month trial, you'll have a unique and special tab, which we will explore in a future video for this. And then there's that COVID-19 study that we just talked about, that plus a couple of other different things you can get into that you can contribute, or you can set up a session with a doctor online if you can't get to your primary doctor. All of that is in that last tab. Now, the last two things to go over are these icons here. This is kind of an inbox for you. It shows any messages or notifications that are pending for you to take a look at. Your heart rate ECG notices are here, and of course you can click on them and directly download them as a PDF to your phone, or share the PDF to yourself or your doctor directly from there. And back here, we go into this tab, and it gets you basically into your overall account, which is the first thing that shows up, your account name. Then the Try Fitbit Premium, which of course will change once we do that. You can create a family account, set up ACE for kids. I don't know what that is, and I'm not going to go there. That's something you'll have to explore on your own. Then we get into the overall configuration of the watch, which I'll come back to. Activities and wellness is where you have a really nice 7-day summary that lists all of your activities summarized against your goals. Daily activity, which is where you can adjust your goals if you want to and see how you've met or exceeded, hopefully, your goal specifications. You've got exercise and auto-recognize exercises. If you do them for 15 minutes or longer, it will automatically track them in these different categories. And of course, you can adjust status too. And how many days out of the week you have you want to set for exercise goals. You've got menstrual health. This is where the ladies can put in these pieces of information, which they know way more than I do about what all that means. Your heart settings, this is where you can set up low and high heart rates. They're figured out based on what you put in to begin with, but you can set custom levels if you want to. That's in the heart health. And you got nutrition and weight and overall sleep stuff, how long you want to sleep for, wake up time, reminders, insights that it'll push to you if you want all that too. Those things are in the activity and wellness. So these are a variety of different settings that you can go into. I'll let you explore those on your own because I really want to get into this. And this is where you can actually work with the watch directly. Here's where you can choose which voice assistant you want your service to do. You can tie into all the different clock faces, including the faces that you have installed. You can have up to 5 on the watch, and you can switch them out as you want to. When you go to all clocks, you get literally all the different clocks, and there's all different kinds. Some of them will cost you money, most of them are free. The best of, always on display type, the ones that were created by Fitbit. Look at this. And any of them you choose, you can say view all. They're seasonal, they're nice and big. You pick which one you want. It will automatically replace one of them if you already have 5 on there. So you might want to delete the one you don't want to be replaced before you put them in. Lots and lots of capabilities there. And then apps. These are the different apps that you actually have installed. And if there's a setting for it, you'll see a little gear so you can update it and set it however you want. I have quite a few, and I've got some really special individual ones I'll be covering soon, and all apps that are available are here. And again, some of these will cost you a little bit of money. Most of them are free. Some of them, like the Pandora, is bloatware that's already installed on your watch that if you're not going to use, you can delete. Because all of the streaming services, you have to have a paid account. None of them are going to let you stream free music, at least not yet. Starbucks is automatically on your watch, Spotify, Deezer, all of these are pre-installed. I deleted them all and replaced them with other apps. You've got all kinds of things, reading apps, Fitbit stuff. I mean, it just goes on, and you can use the search to search specific categories and apps that you'd like to take a look at. Very, very robust. You've got your media, Spotify, Pandora, Deezer, and managing those networks, setting up headphones to pair. So if you're going to stream music, you can. Remember, Pandora and Deezer, you can download music for offline. You've got your overall wallet. This is where we get started to set up Fitbit Pay that uses NFC. You register your credit card and you can pay with your watch. An overall guide on how to use, and then accessories is where you can come in and buy bands for your watches directly from Fitbit if you'd like to, or other different watches as well. And it's basically a shopping area. So lots and lots of capabilities in here, and all of that. Oh, by the way, I'm in a separate app now. It took me out of here and into a browser. But all of that is available in that upper left-hand tab. Let's summarize. First of all, we're looking at a Fitbit Sense, which I'm going to pop out of the container here. It's a really amazing device. You see it's got green diodes here, red and infrared diodes for the blood oxygen stuff. It's available through Amazon. And I've got special links for you over there to pick it up right here. I love this low tech. I know I could do some editing and fancy put it on the screen, but I like playing with the paper. The Fitbit Sense, about $280-ish or so. Price will go up and down a little bit. If I can get a special coupon, I will. But please use the link in the show notes to head over to Amazon to pick that up if you want to. The spec sheet, we've gone over that. If you want to just see it real quickly here on the screen, I will move it and you can freeze frame it and read it at your leisure. And you can see all of these videos related to the Sense at tinyurl.com/FitbitReviews. And it's the Sense now, but I mean, Google owns Fitbit, right? All the money behind Google is going to be going into Fitbit. So I fully expect to see some really, really advanced products coming out of that duo soon. So this one link, bookmark that, will get you over to all of our reviews, whether it's the Sense or the Sense Pro or whatever coming up next. And of course, we've got special bands for you too from Straps Co., like this one that you can just slide the watch in, and several others. In the previous video, we showed you 4 or 5 of them. tinyurl.com/StrapsCo gets you there. Mr. Tix 10 is what you put in the code, get 10% off. And when you buy 2 of them, you get to pick out the one you want separate for free. And by the way, these, when you get these, they come with a little adapter and a quick release, right? Not this one, I mean, it's a special kind of thing. But this is what actually connects into the watch itself, is that little thing right there. And when you put it in, if you put it in the right way, with the bottom up and with the quick disconnect up, you can put in that adapter. You could pop the adapter out, and then you could put in any band that you want. So at least pick up one of these. Well, easier when you have a band in it. And then you have the adapter capability to put in your favorite band. What's the size of these? Check the show notes and head over to Straps Co. and see what else they've got. Okay, gang, that is it. Whoa, where's my watch? Thanks for being here. We have some more to go overall on this beautiful watch, including my favorite free add-on apps, like, I'll show you one of them, the ISS Tracker, which figures out your location on Earth. It studies the orbits of the International Space Station, when it's going to be going over near sunrise or sunset, so it would be visible overhead. And when it's getting GPS right now, is why it's taking a while. When it does, it figures out the next pass over where you are, that you'll be able to walk outside and see it. It also tells you where to look in the sky, when it'll start, when it'll stop, and I guess you're going to get to see the actual data in the next video. Thanks for watching, guys. We'll see you again soon.